little like zoom into the podcast, and it's
Yeah.
fun. Jennifer, what's going on?
Hey. Not too much, just at work, as you can see by the lathe behind me.
You're gonna show us. So for anybody tuning in, we're gonna have Jennifer Barretta walk us through how to do a tip install. So whenever you're ready, Jennifer, just get us started.
I wish I had a chance to learn that back in the day, and I didn't, and I wish I did. Now I'm just like, I have too much to learn.
I feel like this will go a little bit to what we were talking about before, which will remain confidential, of course, but uh, it kind of goes into like everyone's career when they start thinking about slowing down their career or speeding it up. I feel like everybody who plays the game at a really high level and thinks about changes in their career has like that little phase where like, oh, well, maybe I could try queue building. That might be fun for a while.
You're funny. No, I never thought that. No,
There are so many people that do.
I know, but maybe I'm in the other part of that where like, hey, I'm going to open a pool room.
Ah,
Yeah,
what is the best way to quit playing pool
open a pool room.
or buy a pool table? Yeah, yeah,
Or,
that's it. Or
oh, I don't.
multiple pool tables.
Maybe I'm being like delusional here, but I feel like if I had a pool table, I would make use of it. But maybe I'm deluding myself.
I'm kind of the same way. Like the wife and I are looking at buying a house right now, and we're basically starting our searches off of whether or not there's room for a 9 foot pool table, and ideally a 9 foot pool table and a 7 foot pool table, because unfortunately, I do not live in New York City, so bar tables are basically what we play on over here in the Midwest. So
Brutal.
it's tough action, but I would like to be able to have room for both, and that really, really, really narrows down the housing market that becomes available. It gets tough.
Yeah. I have to say, I am, in one respect, I'm lucky because I do walk to my pool room every single day. So it is like having one. But the issue that I have is that we are kind of popular and my tight boxes are going all day. So, like, if I don't hold one, which I've been doing, I just had everything recovered and I'm like holding one just for me because I need to train on it. It makes me feel bad. Like, I don't like to do that. But
Very
it's sort of
selfish of you.
having your own pool table. It is very selfish of me. But you know what? Like to be a great player, you have to be selfish. Unpopular opinion, but true.
Well, now I know that if when I make it back to New York City in a month and a half, that I will have a table ready for me because you're holding one. This is perfect.
I have one and it's tight. It's so tight, so great, and it's brand new cloth.
What you've got all gold crowns in there, right?
I have all gold crowns. I'm working
I
on
heard
getting
there's a predator going in there.
yeah, two.
Two of them. Wow. I heard
Yeah,
that. I heard there's a rumor out there. I heard it. So those will be my tables when I come, right? I get one of
yeah.
them.
Well, I want to try to get a 9 foot and a bar box. And I would like to put that 9 foot. I have like an area. I used to have two, three cushion tables that I had to sell because sadly enough, the game just isn't popular enough. And so anyway, I sold them, want to get that back there. And then I'm going to have like,
When did
I
you
want to have,
sell these?
I sold them
The
eight
last time
months,
I
six
was there, you had one.
months ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's recent.
Yeah, pretty recent.
Oh,
But you know, it just they sit empty all weekend, and I have all my tables taken, and I have these two prime in the prime area of my room. I have two tables that are just sitting there dark. So what am I supposed to do? You know?
yeah. Well, I remember because I was in there the first time I went in there. Second time I was in there, I met Mr. Henry Shaw who was playing on that.
Ah, Henry, yeah, yeah, he
Yeah,
loves it. I love it. My partner loves it. Like but it's just it doesn't bring in money.
yeah,
Unfortunately, like it's really tough to run a business in New York. It's tough to run a small business anywhere, but especially in New York. And if every square foot is not making money, then I have to change things.
yeah,
And it's just how it is.
yeah. So, well, I guess the last time we brought you on to talk to you was during COVID. I think we did what did we do? The top 10 things you can do I think what how did we the top 10 things that you can do to continue improving your game without playing pool.
Without a pool table. Yeah.
And I think I brought on you and was it Mark Wilson for that, I believe?
Oh, he would be a great person to bring on for that.
Yeah, right. I think it
Yeah.
was you and Mark Wilson. I think. Do you remember?
I don't remember. My memory is terrible.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Mark Wilson. But anyways, neither here nor there. That was the last time that we had brought you on, and I guess you've sold some tables. So what else has
Yeah.
happened? What else has gone on with your pool room and just
Um,
Jennifer as a whole? I guess.
yeah. Well, like I said, now I'm like so focused on running a business that it really takes away from my time to play. But I do have a great BCA league every Monday night. It's like a team 8 ball. And I'm like really hoping about to start my fall season in October. So, to everybody out there in the area, bring your team. You don't need a team. I'll put you on one, but come out. I play, a lot of great players play, but it's for all skill levels. Monday nights at 8 o'clock.
Sell it. Who's in this league?
Um,
You, obviously. Who else?
me, like Emily plays sometimes. I
The
have just
bombshell.
the bombshell. A lot of good, just high level players play. But the good thing about the league is like they need low players too because the teams are going to have caps and you're going to need a range of players. So it's not just for great players; it's for everybody. So like I try to take new players onto my team so I can coach them and make them better and like make them
Sure.
killers at the end of the season.
Sure. So,
Yeah.
can I ask a favor of you? You said this is a
Yes.
Mondays.
Mondays.
Can you send your private jet for me every Monday afternoon, and I'll play in your league for you?
Yes, as long as you can put a whole team together, make it worth it.
Ooh, okay. Well, what you have a 70 seater for a private jet, right? So maybe I can bring a few teams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's yeah. Maybe I'll bring a whole like I'll just bring like 14 teams out of Wisconsin. We'll load up your private jet every Monday.
That'll rack up some sky miles on my platinum Amex.
No, that'll be perfect. So, how many teams are going to be in this league?
Um, we've been getting 8 to 10. I'm hoping to get 10 again, and we get 10 like full teams, so the room is just like packed.
Sure.
It's been really good. And if we get 10 this time, we're going to add money. So yeah,
That'll be
we
fun.
love added money.
All right. So
Yeah,
you're selling off all of your tables, all your fun tables. You're starting leagues. What else is
starting.
going on? Oh, and anybody that's tuning in, please give the stream a share and get any of your questions in. If you want to ask Jennifer anything, get them in. We'll ask the good ones periodically as we go throughout the stream. But I guess before I just rudely cut you off, go ahead.
Me, no, I'm done. I'm done. I just gave you my pitch. Come try to beat me. Good luck.
Good luck. Come try to beat me. You will need Jesus.
Come raise my
Jesus
Fargo.
Intensio.
Raise my Fargo.
Okay, well, I guess before we jump on, the real reason I wanted to bring you on is I wanted to promote what you're doing on your social medias, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I think it's really neat, and I think you're reaching a really broad audience with that, and I think it's good for not only the better players because just me watching you. I played I think I've 675 Fargo is what I'm up to now. A little bit behind you. So we're, somewhat comparable, although we play different games, big table,
Points on me
bar.
still. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am going to
Play
send that now. Is that a challenge? Did you just
you know,
challenge me?
heads.
It's
I promise you I'm going to lose on a big table. I think I'm going to get you on a bar table. I think I will.
great.
But all right. I you make the videos for people that are beginners, advanced players. You make them very this is why I love Carl Boyce in the box is he's able to talk to the person who's never watched a pool game before in their entire life, but he's also smart enough to be able to engage the people who do understand the game at a high level. And what I really like about your videos is that I feel like you're going to get something out of it no matter what range you're at. So we're going to talk about that later on, but let's talk about your career first.
Yeah.
So the WPBA is back and having, not a full schedule, but I think
It's
at
a full
12,
schedule. No, it's a
12
full
events.
schedule. Yeah, we haven't had this many events since I
Yeah.
started playing.
Is there 12 events? Am I right in saying 12?
it's 12. And, this happened to be the year with the World Games. It happened to be the year with a World Championship. So,
Yeah,
like, it's
Predator
like
bringing back all the world championships.
I couldn't go to all of them, unfortunately. It's like I'm like playing the best pool of my life. I'm like, all these events. I'm invited to, things that you only get invited to when you're at the top, and like I can't go. It's terrible.
You're at the best of your career. Oh shit! All right. I'm gonna need a game on the wire. I go back to my previous statement. I'm gonna need one on the wire.
Yeah, once I started practicing, like, well, we'll get to that. You want to talk about TikTok later, but okay.
Yeah. So I guess what's your career look like for the rest of the year? What's on your docket? What are you gonna be playing?
Well, I just had to drop out of the World Championships in Austria. Unfortunately, it's just too much time away. I cannot spend an entire week away. Um, and that had a world team too, which I really, really wanted to play in. Tyler got in touch with me and asked if I would like to do it. And at first I said yes. And then I realized that like there's, an event right before it, there's an event right after it, and those are ranking point events. And because I'm missing events in the WPBA calendar, I have some zeros. So I'm just trying to keep my rank somewhere where, I don't have to like start over when I go next year. So I had to pick and choose, and I picked and choose ranking events.
I think you should pick and choose. I mean, I am a nobody. Believe me, I am a nobody. But I would love to be able to introduce Jennifer Barretta, the newest world champion, on our next podcast. Not Jennifer Barretta, the continuous number one WPBA ranked player. I mean, one of those has a little bit more ring to it than the other.
It
Although,
does. Honestly, I'm being like really honest here. Like, I'm not there yet. I'm still getting better, but I am not there yet. Honestly, like, there are things in my game that I need to work on to be at that level, and I am fully aware of what they are, and I am planning on working on them. So watch out.
you convinced me. But I'm still, I'm just telling you as a fan of Jennifer Barretta, not a podcast host, not a friend, not an acquaintance, not a fan. I'm telling you as like I want to see world champion Jennifer Barretta.
I
That would
do
be awesome.
like come on, but like you know, one step at a time. One step at a time.
Okay, so what are the events that you're going to be playing on? Which ones from now until the rest of the year do you have on your schedule as playing?
The two that I am signed up for currently, and I wasn't even sure I was going to go until I'm just not sure if I'm going to go until I actually sign up. So right now I'm going to play the Predator in Michigan, which is in September, and then I'm going to play Janet Atwell's event, Borderline Billiards in Tennessee. I think that's October, somewhere like near my birthday in October. And
So in
I'm
case you're
hoping,
going to that event, make sure to bring her presents, is what she's telling you.
yes, bring presents, bring candy. I like candy. And yeah, I'm hoping to play Puerto Rico, which I think is in December. Yeah, I'm not really
No,
sure
it's
what else.
it's in it's in November.
Yep.
I believe, yeah, because I believe I'm going to Michigan and Puerto Rico as well.
Oh,
So hopefully I'll see you. Um,
yes. Definitely will.
but I believe the last few days of the Puerto Rico Open run up against Thanksgiving.
Okay,
That
well, that's all
was
right.
Yeah, that was kind of the knock on the event. I know it's before the Mosconi Cup because I looked at flights coming back, and I guess, spoiler alert, everybody who's interested, I'm going to end up going out 4 or 5 days early for the Mosconi Cup, and Florian and I are going to be doing a bunch of content together. So we'll be doing some queued up network and some Florian Venom Kohler stuff, which would be really fun. I think
Yeah.
we have a couple sweet ideas for it. So. Um, but I had to look at the when that event ended and when I needed to get to Vegas early enough to where Florian and I could still have time to do what we were hoping to do. So I think there's just enough time for me to get back and forth. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's hard. There's so much going on in pool right now. It's like exciting, but it's also annoying.
yeah, yeah, right.
All at once, like that you don't get to ease back into it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even a player, and I'm going to be gone the entire month of. I think I leave September 5th, or no, sorry, October 5th. Sorry, October 5th, and I don't get back until November 8th, I think. I'm
Oh,
going to the Sandcastle Open, and then I'm going to the U.S. Open, and then I'm going to end up staying on the East Coast I believe, for a week. Maybe go to the Ohio Open, but probably just stay on the West Coast. And then I'm going to the International Open so I can go to the Hall of Fame banquet.
Oh, yeah, I think am I going to the International Open? I don't know. I don't want to commit to anything.
But I mean, we're all
I'm
so
like
happy. We're
a
all so
girl
happy
in
that,
a relationship over here. I'm non-committal.
yeah, right. We're all so happy that, oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying like pool. I don't know if I love you anymore.
Oh, yeah, right. Uh, we're also happy that Predator and Matchroom are putting, and the WPBA are putting all these events on the calendar. But then you're like, oh wait, that means I have to go to them. Bummer.
Yeah. And everything's so expensive right now. Food, like flights, hotels, everything is twice the price of what it used to be. So, you know, it's not easy.
Yeah. Nick Patrick, is Florian going to do some jump shots over my face? I hope not. I
Well, no,
really,
actually, I hope so that they go over your face and not into your
well,
face.
yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, if it comes to that point, then yes, I hope they go over my face. That would be ideal. Well, cool. We get an idea of what we're going to be seeing you in for the rest of the year. So let's move on from that and let's talk about your TikTok and your Instagram and your Facebook and all of your social medias. What made you switch from, I guess, not being a social media presence to kind of, I mean, would you consider yourself a social media influencer at this point?
I mean, what is an influencer actually? Like, does anybody give me product to influence? I mean,
I
I guess
suppose, yeah.
Predator does, right? So yeah, maybe I'm an influencer. I don't know. I certainly stand by their products, and I'm always, sort of tagging them and showcasing their cues and things like that. So yeah, I guess I'm an influencer. But yeah, I'm not like, I mean, when you see some of the old magazine stuff that I did and stuff like that, it looks like I'm the kind of person that likes to be out there and promoting myself and in front of everything. But, that was something that like came to me and I just sort of used it to try to get sponsorship so that I could do what I love. I'm an introvert at heart. I don't really like putting myself out there and talking about myself and saying how great I am and taking a million selfies from like this angle, that angle. I don't like any of that. Like I do my stuff, I keep it pretty private. But, one of my greatest passions in life, obviously, was pool because from the moment I found it and the moment that I started playing it, I was like a crazy person in love. I wanted everything from it. I wanted to learn everything about the game. I got bought at the time, there was no internet. Like I went to Barnes and Noble and bought every single book on the shelf. And I would go once a week and check and see, did they get any new books? I would go up to the counter. Did they, can I order books? That was the only way to find stuff out. And I was taking lessons from Tony Robles, and he taught me a lot, as far as like, if you hit the ball here, it goes there, and this kind of stuff. But I always felt there was more. And even though I remember one time I asked him, like, should I draw here or should I follow here? And he's like, well, I would draw, but like you could do either. And I was like, but why would you draw? And he like couldn't really explain it to me. And he's like, if you want to know that kind of stuff, maybe you should start playing Stu. He'll tell you that stuff. So I ended up getting in touch with Stu Matana, who a lot of people know is my mentor. You'll always see him at the front row in Derby City. He's another one who's sort of an introvert. He likes to keep to himself, but I'm sort of blowing him up here. And he mentored me, and he mentored me closely for probably 15 years. And, then now we just sort of like play pool. Ever since COVID, we haven't been able to, but um, he really taught me all of this stuff that I wanted to know. And like anything that I wanted to know, he could either tell me or point me in the direction of where I could get the answer. And the he never charged me a penny for it. And the one thing that he made me promise him is that I would be as open with that knowledge as he was with me. And I've tried to mentor people over the years, and I've just never found someone who was as dedicated as I was. Like one of the things, no, but everybody says that. And then when it comes down to actually doing the work, either A, they don't want to do the work, or B, they are constantly going to other people and getting outside information. Now, that should be a good thing, right? And I remember this was one of the things that people used to criticize me for, is that I didn't want outside information from anybody. That was not because they don't have valid information. That was because I was learning a way of thinking. And before I could accept outside information, I needed to learn this way of thinking so that I could judge whether what I was hearing was correct or not. And he gave me that knowledge base. And I have not found a person that has come to me and I say, like, if you work with me, it's only with me. And that's not because I think I'm so great or I'm like a narcissist. I'm going to teach you how to think at the table. This is why you follow. This is why you draw here. This is when you use English. This is why you don't use English. These are things that nobody talks about. And the pro players, from hitting so many balls, they instinctively know it. Not all of them can teach it. I did not instinctively know it. I did not figure it out. I was taught. And, you know, I don't think exactly the way Stu does, but I put the same process into my thoughts at the table that he does. There's a way to assess a table and a way to play the game that increases your odds. And even if it's only by 0.0001%, all those little percentages add up. And that's how I got to the level I did within 5 years from the time I picked up a cue.
Sure. If I've been in the same room with Stu,
You've definitely been in the same room with Stu. He's always front row at Derby City. He always wears a tie and a shirt, always looks very proper. He doesn't have an accent, but he grew up in England. Red hair. Just pull out any Derby City video.
Yeah, right.
Right now.
I want to chat with this guy sometime. I want to meet him.
Yeah, he might not. He's very like on the down low. He doesn't. The people that know him, all the pros know who he is, and I just think he doesn't want a lot of people coming up to him and, asking questions and the whole thing. So
I just want to talk to him. Talk about pool, chat pool.
Yeah, well, next time you see him, if he won't be in Michigan, I don't think, but yeah, I'll introduce you if we're ever all around. I'll send you a picture when we're done. How about that?
Sure. So real quick, Ryan Harmson asked, "Are you? Oh, not this one. Are you going to be in Wisconsin in December?" Here it is.
Like I said,
WPBA event.
If I sign up for it, then I'll be there. No, I'll probably be there.
Okay. So with that being said, I guess that's kind of a backstory, I guess, to how you got, I guess, the idea, the content to do this. What actually started the spiral into creating the TikTok content and Facebook and Instagram? Was it COVID?
I don't know. It wasn't. It was. I had just seen. I don't even know why I logged onto TikTok. Somebody maybe told me about it, and I saw a few videos, and I was like, "This is cool," because it was like short form, and you just flip through them, just quick bites. And I had been wanting to do it, and then I went down to the Predator factory in Jacksonville, and they have the whole studio set up there, and I was filming some product stuff for them. And when we were there, I was like, can we just do a few TikTok videos? And like, they shot the first like content for me. That's, if you look way back, that's why it looks so professional, because it was. But that was where it started. And then when I got back home, COVID was like really in full swing, and I had the whole pool room to myself. So it was really easy to just come in here every day, set up my camera, like do my thing, have Thorsten up here every day, because it was just the two of us. And we got a lot done. And then my son started school again. He homeschools. So between that and the business opening again and everything, I stopped being able to practice, for one. And obviously that made me stop being able to do TikToks. So I can tell you how I started doing them again if you're interested.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not super interesting, but my friend, who is also my mental coach, she does Insight Performance Coaching. My friend Tara. Do you know Tara? Yes, Insight Performance Coaching.
Yeah, she sponsors me.
she's sponsoring the show. That's awesome. Great mental coach, but also like
She is
a
amazing.
friend of mine, my best friend. Um, she did 75 hard, which is like that workout program, crazy workout program, work out twice a day, eat a diet, drink tons of water, like whatever. You do it every single day for 75 days. So she did or completed it. And then she's like, I'm going to do it again. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to do 75 hard, but like there's a 75 like soft version because I just don't have the time, you know? So that one's like work out 4 times a week and drink a certain amount of water, diet, and have pick like a specific personal goal. And my personal goal was to play at least an hour of pool every single day and to start making regular TikTok videos again. I would like to do it every day, but 2 days ago I had food poisoning, couldn't get out of bed. So maybe I'm not doing 75 soft anymore, but I'm still going to do like every single day for the rest of the year, I hope.
Sure. Well, we all get the benefits of it. So, without further ado, why don't we take a look at your Instagram? And I say Instagram because I actually don't know what TikTok is or how to access it. I've never been on TikTok, and I am proud of that.
No, you're missing out. It's so great.
So,
Everything I know, I've learned on TikTok.
I thought it'd be fun to take a good look at a few of your latest videos, and of course, we're just going to kind of go down at the latest ones that I really like. And
Yeah.
so you can see here, you're actually showing how to make combinations mathematically. That obviously is going to have a ton of value to a player like me, a player like a 500 level player, or a player who just picked up his pool cue for the first time.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a guide on how to visualize them. You don't have to put your cue on the table. You can do it in your head, stand behind the shot and see the lines in your head. That's how I do it now. I don't put my cue on the table like that, but that's how I'm visualizing it. And you can certainly do that. That
Sure.
works, but yeah, I
Well,
try to make it so that it's for every skill level because, I know like a lot of the better players sometimes leave comments like, oh, duh, who didn't know that, but it's like, this isn't just for you. It is for them, but not just for them. They have to understand that, like, I'm trying to reach a wider audience. I'm trying to get people interested in pool again.
yeah. So yeah, and like I say on here, you have very step by step, different, basically walking you through all of these different steps and how to do them, not only once, but create a sense of reproducibility when it comes to your game. Because at the end of the day, like everybody, how many times have you heard this? Well, I play just as good as them. I'm just not as consistent, right? Well,
Yeah.
isn't that kind of the game of pool, right? Is how often can you do it, and how well can you do it, and how often can you do it, right? It's not
Right.
about making a great shot. It's about making a great shot 4 out of 5 times, or
Hmm.
7 out of 8 times. Whatever it is. That's what it comes down to. And so not only are you're explaining it, you're explaining it in a way that can be reproduced. And of course, like you said, you can do it all in your head, and you can skip the steps if you get comfortable with it. But, how many times have you been in a situation where, let's say you're hill in a big match to get to a finals, or maybe you're hill in a finals match, and anybody who's been there before in a big match hill, you know that your brain doesn't always work the way you want it to.
So true.
In
And
fact, a
having,
lot of the times it doesn't work at all.
yeah,
So you
yeah,
have this ability to just measure it out and step by step, as long as you remember the step by step and how it works,
mhm.
you
Yeah,
don't
and
have to rely on it.
that's what it's about. A lot of people, will say things about like, oh, I'm a field player. And it's like, all a field player is someone who doesn't think about their process. They have a process. They just don't want to think about it.
Sure.
So, the good thing about this is that it brings you back to a process so that you're not completely lost out there when your brain goes into, fight or flight mode.
Sure. So, and I guess not only do you, my second favorite part about these videos is not only do you make them very, very good for the great players and the beginner players, you make them entertainment too, like the little hearts coming out, like
I know I see somebody said, oh, how come the hearts don't come out of the pocket? And it's probably because you're not playing with as much love as I am.
that's
No.
got to be it, right? Yeah. Well, I think at the end of the day, I think this is one thing that pool really, really has lacked in the last, let's say, uh, 20 years is you point a camera at a table, and the really, really, so we'll get this out of the way for while we talk about this. The idea is, um, the really, really good productions, what they did, and 10 years ago, the really good productions, what they did was they pointed two cameras at the table and they switched between views, right?
Mhm.
Those were the really good productions. Those were the ones that were awesome. The
Yeah.
standard ones, you pointed a camera at a table, and we're talking elite. Congratulations, you had three, and maybe one moved a little. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, the
Right.
idea is like it's always a very basic thing, and like when you're throwing little hearts at it, I mean, it's not like you're adding anything to it besides just a little bit of flair, and that is one thing that pool is criminally under like back in the 90s. We were more advanced in the 90s than we were even to this day. I mean, remember the pocket cams? How cool were
Yes.
those things?
Yeah. I don't really remember because I never really. Oh yeah, you know what? I do remember that. The pocket cam, you could see the ball going like
Yeah, yeah,
toward the hole. Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
falling
I
in.
do remember that. I do
Like,
remember that.
find me one person in the world that didn't love the pocket cams.
Yeah, I know. Like when I was actually playing on TV for one of the first times, the pocket cam was actually a handheld camera operator with the camera right on the pocket that I was shooting into. You're like trying to win your match, and you're
Wow.
like, dude, you're a little close. Like, back up a little.
Yeah, that's fun. But like the idea is like back in the late '90s with one thousandth of the technology we have today, they created a more advanced feature. And how hard is it to create a pocket cam? Like I don't know. That's a genuine question. I don't know, but you cannot find anybody that didn't love the pocket cam where you actually watched a nine ball fall into the pocket from the pocket's perspective. And to this day, we apparently don't have the technology to be able to do that. I just don't understand it. Like, so the idea that you're creating videos with these little accents, it's like adding the little flair that I think the game has been missing for a long time. It's charming to me.
I am trying to show a different perspective because, like you said, pool is so serious and the production is so like rigid. I'm just trying to like do something different. I wish that I had someone that could do this with me so that I could really do what I want to do. But I'm forced to use stationary cameras at the moment because I don't have anyone to help me. If I did, I promise my content would be like killer. I have so many ideas, but just no way to do it. And like, I refuse to do videos over 1 minute. You know, I
Sure.
did a
Yeah.
few.
Well,
I don't like it.
yeah. I
If
mean,
you explain it in a minute, it's not worth explaining.
right. I mean, the idea is you're going to end up going into a situation where you're creating content that it's not being anybody who's over the age of 50 in the game of pool, they probably are used to watching 7 to 10 minute long videos. But the people who are coming up, the 13 to 25-year-olds right now, they consume all of their media in that 10 to 60 seconds range. And I think that's a really, really cool understanding and decision that you made. I think it's best to bring people into the game more, which is, I guess, I don't know too many boomers that are probably watching your videos from start to finish and be like, yeah, this is awesome. This is going to get me into pool. But there's probably a lot of 19-year-olds that maybe are.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of that age group, they don't, sometimes they put comments that are just like, oh, who doesn't know that? It's like, well, just because you know it doesn't mean that someone else doesn't know it. It doesn't mean it doesn't need to be covered. It's just so like, you know, they just have that old school mentality of like, they want all the knowledge. They don't want to share any of it. It's like
Yep.
so short sighted. Do you want the game to survive or not? Do you want, if pool rooms go out of business because people aren't coming in to try the things that I'm like putting out there, then we're not going to have pool anymore. You're not going to have a pool room to go to. You're not going to have any new players. It's like everybody's going to die because everybody's like 70 something years old now. We need young people.
Yeah. My favorite is, I think my favorite is, you ever watch any Charles Lakey's
Oh yeah,
content?
yeah, the inventor, right? The
Yeah,
inventor.
yeah, the inventor. Yeah, I love the way he trolls people. So like he
Yeah.
gets those like he like trolls the trolls where like he'll take their comments and just like post them out there and just like kind of rip into them. And there's something charming about trolling a troll with a platform, right? These trolls have like they're speaking to all seven of their friends, and they think that they're super smart, and they have to, they have to let you know constantly how smart they are, because if they didn't, how would you know?
Exactly. And
And then
that's part of it too. For people like that, I just feel like I feel bad for them.
and then Charles just kind of like puts them out there and torches them, which makes me happy and makes me smile.
I want to see that.
Yeah, he does some good stuff. Okay, so let's move on. Another really one that I like, because I think, oop, we need to do this one. Okay, so I like this video because let's start it over, I guess, so that we can actually start it from the beginning. Um, this is kind of like your nod, I feel like, to like the more advanced players, because I look at this drill and I look at this and I'm like, oh my God, you can't even do this. It's not even possible.
Set this up wrong. I made it harder than it actually was. Like, I'm like, why is this drill so hard? I set it up wrong. The 6 ball was supposed to be at the diamond. I have it halfway. So you can't go 2
Oh,
rounds on the 5 the way that I hit it. You have such a small position
sure.
zone from the 4 to the 5. Yeah. But you know what? In the end, it made a better video because
Sure,
it's
yeah.
really
Um,
hard.
yeah, well, no, I mean, I'm watching this video and I'm looking at this and I'm like, it looks like a simple drill, because anything that you do really well makes it look easy, that like anybody can do it. But if you really sit back there and think about it, like, you can't touch another ball. You have to get position on every single ball. You can't, there is no way that you can bank or double bank or anything like that in. So really, I mean, it comes down to having a perfect cue ball. Uh,
Yeah.
for the first five shots. The last five shots are, or the yeah, the last, was it the last five on the rail, four on the rail. Those balls are, once you get through the first five, I mean, those ones are easier, but the
Relatively
first
easy.
the first
Yeah.
five are really the trick, and you just don't
Really.
understand necessarily how tough that is to do unless you actually set it up. And you can kind of see your reaction when you complete it. And I think that's kind of just like a cool little touch that you throw in there. Like, it's a drill that's super hard. Like, if you set it up
Harder.
this way,
Yeah.
probably maybe 5% of pool players in the world can complete this, you think?
I mean,
Maybe that's even high.
it's listen, you just have to have a really good cue ball to finish it. And you also have to just catch that one good run. It's like, can I do it on repeat? No, I'll probably struggle again to do it. But
Well, I think I
you know,
read through a few of the comments, and I think one of them, somebody asked how many attempts, and you had said something like, "I don't know, I lost count, but it took me a couple hours," or something like that.
yeah, I did it in the same day that I started it, but it took a while.
Yeah. So another different type of content, but I think it's still valuable to not only teach somebody about the game, but also give them an opportunity at a drill, right? So that's fun. Um, let's see here. What can we do? Well, I really think that this is fun. This isn't a normal thing, but I just think that this is funny, watching you
Ah,
cut away some chalk.
hold on, let me show you. It's right here. Look at my chalk. I think it's even smaller. Look at it.
Wow,
I
that
know, and
is
it's starting to. I don't know if you could see, but like when I run my finger behind it, you could see that there's like nothing there. You can see a little bubble coming out. It's
so.
about to. There's like cracks and stuff. My food chalk.
What I'm learning about this is, so everybody who's tuning in to this podcast, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe, and we're gonna try to raise enough money for Jennifer to get
Can
a new
afford
piece of
another
chalk.
smoke truck. No, I have one ready. I just want to see how, like, because you lose them, they, whatever, you forget them places, you step on it, whatever. I just want to see how far down can I get this chalk to go. At this point, every time I try to chalk, I drop it on the floor, but I'm going to keep going. I just want to see how can I get it down to just paper. That's what I want to see.
Definitely my favorite part of this video is how happy you are for the idea of it. Just look at it. It's pure joy. It's like a 6-year-old on Christmas morning. The pure joy that you see in your face.
Yeah, no, like I said, I've never had a chalk go that far before. So
Yeah. So let's another. Oh, and I should let me throw this out here. This is the link to Jennifer Barretta's Instagram page. Make sure to go over there and give her a follow to get all of this awesome content.
yeah, Insta is good, but my TikTok is I put everything on TikTok. I don't put everything on Instagram, and I put some things on Facebook. I'm like for whatever reason. I just don't want to flood people on Facebook with my pool stuff because it's a lot of like friends from, that don't even know I'm a pool player. So
Another fun thing. You are doing the 10 seconds, and I don't think we're going to be able to hear this. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. Are you able to hear this?
I always put the caption up though. So
Sure. Well, there you go. So
yeah.
you do these 10-second, I guess it's micro interviews, we'll say, with different players from around the industry, and some of it's some really awesome stuff. I mean, my favorite one is Naoki Oi because he just sits there
Yeah,
and tells you how beautiful you are and has no idea what you're saying. He just says you're so beautiful.
he did. I don't even remember him saying that.
Yeah. Yeah, he just you're so pretty. You're so beautiful. Where is it at? It was down here somewhere.
That's it.
Oh, this is a fun one. I like this one. This one
Oh,
was
I
my
love
favorite.
this one. Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, this is Jesus Intencio. In case nobody knows, he's probably one of the best under-known players in the country for my money right now.
Yeah. No, this is great. A lot of these teach me some things. The CJ Wiley one, what a great tip. Oh my God. My reaction at the end of it was genuine. Like just like, wow, what a great idea. Where when you think you're going to foul because the balls are so close, he teaches you how to avoid that.
This one I did not see, so I'm not sure what I'm
I
gonna
don't
have to.
see it. Might only be on my TikTok. Can I share my TikTok?
Maybe you can't. Well, you can definitely share your screen if you can find it.
Okay. Let me see.
But
How do
we'll
I do?
go through a few more of these while we're. Ooh, this one could be fun.
Oh yeah, cushion blind on the 8. Yep. Well, that happens all the time.
Oh yeah, your kicking system. For anybody who's taken lessons with me, this is the kicking system that I use, and it's from you. You taught me this kicking system when I was at Skyline last time I was there.
Wait, before you say any more, these are not my kicking systems. I did
Well,
not invent this.
the one that you
This
taught me.
my coach, yeah, my coach taught me this. He did not learn, he did not make it up. It came from back in the day. It probably came from Three Cushion. Did not invent it, just sharing it so everyone knows.
We'll give you credit for it anyways, don't worry. So the kicking system, the one that I use, I learned it from you, who stole it ruthlessly from someone else. How's that? Is that better?
Okay, that's better.
What people think it's like owning a pool room.
This is one of my favorites. I was like, this was when the pool room was mostly empty, and I had someone helping me. I could do whatever I wanted, and I was like loving the creative aspect and just doing things that were about pool but not pool. Like when the cue ball goes off the table, that's one of my favorite ones that I
What
ever made.
actually?
Yeah, I like how at the end you can hear the humming of the ice machine in the back. Like just
I
sums
think
up
that
my life at that moment.
yeah. So, were you able to find it?
Find what?
The CJ Wiley one.
Oh, the CJ. So I don't know if I click on. How do I do it? Do I
So
add
down,
source?
down, maybe down at the bottom, maybe you'll have the option to share screen.
Share
Maybe I'll have
screen.
to give you permission.
I would have to open another window. Is that what I would have to do?
Well, you might be able to share it on your one that you have open. Just be aware that whatever might be open is what we're going to see.
I mean, what are you saying? I'm at work here. What do you think
I'm,
I'm
I'm
gonna
not saying anything. I'm just saying,
do? Okay, so if I do that, you can't see me though, right? Let me see.
we might, no, I think we'll still be able to see you because it'll operate independently from your actual camera.
Okay. All right. So hold on. I'm getting on my TikTok. Where's my profile? And we were looking for CJ Wiley, right? Because you
Yep.
don't have it there. I didn't put that one up, huh?
I didn't see it. Um, Let me keep looking. Oh, here's the Naoki Yoi one. This one's funny. This is good. Apple Pen.
Yeah.
This one isn't captioned though, which is probably good because you have no idea what he's actually saying.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was like his
He was,
English has gotten much better.
yeah, it has. Even in the
Yeah.
last 2 years, it's gotten much better. but he still
Yeah.
plays it like he doesn't. Like he's still not great at English,
Yeah.
but he's much
I don't
better.
know. I think that you should go to TikTok and just, I don't
Well,
think you need to sign
Lil
up.
Chris, Lil Chris is he is a baller because he has gotten it for us because that's what Lil
Oh,
Chris
there
does.
we go. Yeah, yeah,
Lil
yeah.
Chris does awesome things.
Perfect, perfect.
So now we
Yeah,
just got to. Oh no, stop it
that's the
there.
other nice thing with TikTok. You can download the videos onto your phone. So like that's why I like using
Whoops.
that platform because the kicking systems, you can download the video on your phone. So you don't even need service and you can save it for the rest of your life if you want and just use it as a reference. You know, you're
So
not like beholden to the app to see the video.
oh my goodness, now I can't say I've never been to TikTok anymore.
Eh, don't be such a hater.
I don't know. I can't help it. I was
So
born
much
this way.
content on there. So much.
Oh, I've actually learned this one before.
Yeah. No, this is great. This was at a tournament. He just happened to be there, and I was like, "Ooh, do a TikTok with me." I'm going to do the same
There's
thing when I'm in Michigan. I'm going to try to get more.
have you learned the table punching trick too for these?
Oh, where you hit your hand on the table?
Yeah, so like you put the Q-tip like an eighth of an inch away, and then you just kind of punch the table.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
You got to practice a little while at that one, but that one's pretty effective too.
Yeah, his I didn't need to practice at all. He explained it to me, and it's like it worked like a charm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
here,
another one I did with Alex Pagulayan, and it looks staged, and it was not staged. He like wanted to show me this shot that it was like this, it was a trick shot, but like he kept trying to do it and he couldn't. He did it like 10 times, he couldn't get it done, and then he made me do it and I did it like on the first try. It was really funny, and it was in front of a huge group of people. We were at a tournament in Florida.
there you go. Easy game. So while I'm here, I guess I'll throw up your link to
Oh,
the TikTok. Although I don't know. I'm just
you're
the idea
missing
of
out.
TikTok just makes me cringe a little. So
Missing out.
icky. Well, we can take a look at your Instagram, or your TikTok. Which do you think is what's one of your favorites?
One of my favorites is well, obviously this plus system kicking one is probably my favorite. But the one that has the most views, and I love that one too, is Thorsten and I have a safety battle. Um, it's got like close to 2 million views.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's funny
Wow.
because it's a kick safe battle. Like, who's interested in that? I never expected that to do what it did.
I am looking through. Uh, do you have any insight on when it might have been?
Um, oof. Hold on. You know what? I'm going to look on my phone and I'm going to see on my phone and I'll tell you exactly where it is. Um,
We're gonna look for it. But what's actually gonna happen is Lil Chris is gonna find it in like 5 seconds, and he's just gonna post it out here. And
I should really pin that one to the top. You're supposed to pin your best videos. Um,
I'm just
and
going through and kind of looking at the. Well, here's a this one has 600,000 views almost.
really?
Yeah, it's a run out with commentary,
Oh, yeah. I should do more of that, actually. There's a lot of value in Run Out with commentary.
but it goes over a minute.
Like when you get someone who like knows how to explain why. There aren't a lot of players. Like Jeremy Jones is so great at that, explaining
Mhm.
why. I think that's why people love him so much as a commentator. That's why he's my favorite commentator.
I like how the top comment is, "Can you explain why the four is orange and the five is purple?" That's fun.
Everybody wants to know why. I want to know why because we were shooting out of order for a while, and now they're going to switch it back, from what I heard. And I'm like, how many people are going to be shooting the balls out of order now? Yeah. Okay. So plus system kicking is, I don't know where you
Don't
are.
worry, Ryan. Nate will not be TikToking. I promise you that.
You should though.
I
And
know.
never say never anyway. Let's see. It must have been pretty far back because I don't see it here.
That's a pretty strong run out too. That was a tough one bolt.
Yeah, I mean, I try to shoot them from where they lie and not, take ball in hand just because how often do you actually get ball in hand from the break? I mean, you do, but oh, here,
Well,
safety Thorsten Homan is at 1.6 million. So that's go to the okay. See where the one with the lines on the
this one.
table? That one, yeah, it's like a
Oh
few back from
no.
that.
Oh, 1.6 mil. Gotcha.
Yeah, that one. So that's one of my favorites because, and
How?
I do
How?
commentary over it,
You
but we
made
do
9 balls on the break, and you have a. There's still balls left to play safety battles with.
because it's look where the one landed.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I play like this thin cut safe, and then he plays the same safe back. But I commentate it in a way that makes it exciting and I think understandable from people who don't even play pool. And I think that's why it went
Sure.
the way that it did. If you
And now we're
can
gonna
make
spin. Yeah, spin the
difficult
nine.
steps understandable, people will watch them.
Well, you say failed on that. I don't agree that that was failed, but
You can see the edge of the ball. This is why it's failed. I'm playing Thorsten. Look at this jerk.
well, I think he technically sold out here too, right?
Well,
That's why I say it's not failed necessarily. Because anytime you have that much distance on a on a two rail, okay, that one might have been failed.
yeah. And that was it. And
But
people
there's
really
some
like
stuff to learn there.
for sure. And if you have to listen to the commentary to really, get, what's
My
going on. I
favorite,
try to explain what's going on.
I think my favorite part of this video is like Thorson's decision to give it back to you.
Yeah.
Like I just want to like see the like Thorson just like
Yeah.
he's like he's like just like
Zoom in on his face or something. I was like, is he laughing at me? Or that might have been the next one. He had another safety battle one where he was like, it looked like he was laughing at me.
that's fun. This one has 1.3 million.
Yeah. So this is the parallel kicking. I'm not sure why this one did so well because it's a really difficult concept. I mean, it's not a really difficult concept, but I use like spot on the wall. So that makes it a more difficult concept. I don't know if it's the visual of the lines on the table that got people, or if it's the fact that I use the song, what is it? Something Horses from Silence of the Lambs. It's the song that Buffalo
Goodbye
Bill
horses.
Goodbye Horses. That's the song that I use. So that might have been what made it go viral like that, or it might have been the lines on the table. It could have. I don't know. There's no way to figure out what makes a video go viral.
Yeah, it might just be the perfect time to post it, and there is no
Yeah,
answer.
who knows? Yeah, it just gets picked up by the right people.
Yeah. So is there any other videos, I guess, that you think are worth taking a look at here now so people can see it?
Plus system kicking.
Plus system kicking. Where would that?
It's in this area actually. Let me see on my phone. I'll tell you because that's such a like it's such a useful thing to know. Um, yeah, I do a lot with kicking. It's earlier than that, I believe.
I like this one.
Yeah. And if you listen to the audio, it was like a trending audio at the time.
Don't
Okay.
be a Diane.
Yeah. So the plus system kicking, you have to go back further, and it'll be like right after the 10 seconds with Donnie Mills. So when you see Donnie Mills pop up,
I know Donnie Mills.
who doesn't know Donnie Mills?
Look at this ugly guy right there. Why'd you get the
Oh,
ugliest guy in the room? He's not here to defend himself, so
I
it's more fun.
stop it. Okay. So there. See next right there.
Michael, that's Michael Korsiak. Oh, right here. Uh,
Over in between
this one.
that one, plus system kicking. So if anybody has any questions on this, tell me now. This is such a great system where you add the diamonds to get to your destination diamond.
Oh, that's so gross.
This is the extended one, actually. This is the second one. So this is part two. There's a part one where I do the long rail, but
Oh, this
they're both the same. One I just go across that rail.
this is
Obviously
so
these
gross.
are harder, but That first
Yep.
rail is so accurate.
This is like these shots are like you're making them look so easy, but these are like 1 in 100 type of shots.
Yeah, well, listen, you're not going to make the ball every time.
Yeah,
When you're
sure.
kicking, you're just trying to get another turn at the table. And a lot of times, all that takes is a good, solid hit on the ball. I've practiced this enough that when I go for these shots, I make them a lot of the time. I mean, I'm not going to say I make them more than like 10% of the time, but still, it's like when you know where your ball's going, it's a lot of times I know where to hit it to play safe and things like that. So the more you practice with it, the more consistent you'll be with it and the more powerful it is because you can play safe with it. You can make the ball, you can do all sorts of things. Uh,
I was
not
talking
much.
to Darren. Yeah, I was talking to Darren Appleton, and we were talking about kicking, and he's like, I remember him telling me this. He's like, the game opens up once you realize that you can kick to certain parts of a ball.
Yes.
Like the idea that you can actually kick to the left side of a ball, or to the right side of a ball, or a half ball hit, or a third of a ball hit.
Accurately. And it's not just because, like, okay, so some of these guys, they're like, I don't use kicking systems, but it's like they've been hitting balls since they're 3 years old and kicking, they have it. They know where it's going, they have the feel. If you want to fast track that, you started later in life or you're just now learning about it, use a kicking system. It's like takes out probably 10 years of hitting balls.
Minimum, yeah, minimum.
A minimum.
I've been
And like,
playing this game for 25 years, and I still can't kick a ball.
yeah, you'd be shocked. Like if you practice this, you can become so consistent. You can kick to a side of a ball. You can start kicking safe all the time. That's what people liked about that video that I posted with Thorsten is that it was a kick safe battle. It wasn't just a safe battle. Like actually, there's a second one I think that was a kick safe battle, and that one was really popular too. That one that you showed was just a safe battle, but there was one that was a kick safe battle, and yeah,
Well, I mean, we've seen that. Are there any other videos I think that you would like to highlight? I'm hoping that people are going away from this realizing that they need to follow you if they don't already. And I'm sorry to anybody who's listening to this in just audio form because I suppose we do release these podcasts as not only video but as audio too, and we have a very very large amount of people who do watch this strictly as an audio form. This one's going to be a little bit tougher for you, but remember that you can watch these videos on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook at any point in time as well. If this might be the one that you don't want to listen on audio, maybe you want to go to YouTube and turn it on to watch it. But hopefully, we're highlighting the great work that you're doing to the industries to not only introduce people to the game, but that there's it's not just a game that you show up to a bar and bash bang balls around at 2 a.m. with your buddies trying to impress girls, right? There's a science to this game and there's an art to this game that makes it different.
so true. It is a science and it is an art and it is math. And, you know, these systems that I'm sharing, like, this is the stuff that I was dying to know. I mean, like, literally dying inside to know. And nobody could tell me anything until I met my coach. I was so lucky to meet him. And like I said, he never charged me a dime. And now, like, he made me promise to give back. I am giving back. I'm giving it all to you guys. So it's free. I try to make it quick and easy to understand. When people leave comments and they have a question, I try to always answer those questions. I'm trying to just, like I said, get all that knowledge out there. There's no reason to hide it. And it's just going to make the level of play better. It's going to make the sport more interesting. You'd probably get more people watching pool if they really understood what's going on. When the people play pool that are great, like Josh Fillers and Shane Van Bonings, like it just looks so easy that it's almost boring. If they really knew what was going on behind the scenes, they might watch it with a different eye. They don't understand. Like when I started playing pool, like I didn't know you could control the cue ball. It's like, what do you mean control the cue ball? It just goes where it wants to go.
You
Most
can
people still,
control the cue ball.
most people like a regular person does not know that you can control the cue ball, and people need to be taught that. New people coming in need to be shown like this is what's possible. This is what these great players are doing, and then when they go to the pool room and try it, they're like, whoa, this is hard. you know? So they have a whole new appreciation for it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that play chess and they play it one move at a time too, right? The best chess players are playing the game, generally speaking, from finish to start, right? You're playing it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're playing your end game in your opening move. You're playing your opening move to get to the end game that you want to see, and pool is the same exact way. You're playing your first, especially for 8 ball, but I think 9 ball even to a lesser degree is you're playing your shots generally 3 or 4 at a time.
You
You don't.
just gave me a good idea for TikTok. I'm gonna do it today.
Well, all right, but if you make money off this, I get 1%.
Honestly, I
I'm
don't
just
do it
kidding.
with
I'm
any
just kidding.
expectation of getting anything back, you know? Like,
Well, if we gave you the idea, then we get to hear it first at least, right?
okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna do, you know how people you always hear like, you got to play the game 3 balls ahead. That's almost true, and I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna explain what is true and how to
Sure.
think about it. Yeah,
Uh, okay, so if I can expand on my understanding of that,
yeah,
I shoot 3 balls back from trouble. That's how I play my 9 ball, my rotation. So I find my trouble balls, and then I work 3 shots back to make sure that I'm getting really the trick, in my opinion, the trick to playing good 8 ball, or sorry, 9 ball and 10 ball is getting good on the ball before the 8 ball, or ball before the trouble ball. It has nothing to do with the trouble ball itself. It has everything to do with getting on the ball that's you need to get onto it with. If you don't get good on the ball to get onto the trouble ball with, your run out is dead right there.
yeah,
You're done. I mean, you can make a hero shot from time to time, but you're doing that like 1 out of 20 times. So the
yes.
real trick to playing good rotation is getting good on the ball before trouble.
That's another TikTok that I want to do, but I just haven't been able to figure out how to like put it out there. But like assessing the table after the break, I think that's a good one. How to assess the table. So that's where you decide what is going to be my trouble here, you know, and
Sure.
and how am I going to solve that? Like coming up with a solution. But once you come up with that solution, you go back to that 3 balls ahead. It's not 3 balls ahead. I'm going to give you a little secret. It's 3 angles ahead, but I'm going to talk more about that. Yeah, and 3 angles ahead onto whatever you're going to do on that problem ball.
It's easy. Easy. This game is so easy. All you have to do is just play perfect.
God.
Well, there you go. We're gonna have. How long does it take you to create one of your videos? Are we gonna see this by the end of the day? Or are we gonna see it tomorrow or the day after?
It just depends how my time goes. Like I could definitely do it today. I'm going to try to do that three angle one today, and maybe it'll be out by tonight. But if not, it'll be out tomorrow. I might just throw because that like being sick that one day kind of like threw my whole schedule off. So I might just throw one out today and then do that one tomorrow. Film
Yep.
today and put it out tomorrow because the editing process is really what takes the time. The filming is nothing. It's I do it while I'm practicing, so it's no big deal.
Yep. Okay. Well, everybody from the Queued Up Network, everybody who watches the podcast, the streams, let's show Jennifer Barretta our power, and let's see if we can give her a little spike in her analytics. Let's see if we can not only go over there and watch her videos, but let's see if we can get her an extra couple hundred followers. Let's Jennifer, you'll have to let me know if it works or not.
And
But let's
and some new league members, please. Monday nights at Skyline Billiards in Brooklyn, BCA League. We have a parking lot. If you are wondering why that's a big deal, you haven't been to New
you
York.
haven't been in Brooklyn, right? So I will put these out there one more time. This is her TikTok. Go over, like and or follow. You follow or like or follow. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I am not a
I'm going to
TikTok
make
guy.
a convert out of you.
Well, good luck. You will need it. Let's just put it that way.
All right.
And let me grab. Well, we probably want to. Do you have? Yeah, you have a Facebook page, so we got to find your Facebook page.
I do. The I don't like my Facebook page is like I said, it's more like friends and family kind of
Yep.
thing. So I really like if I try to keep it to the people that I've had some kind of interaction with that I know by name basis. You can certainly follow it, but I don't really put very much on there. Occasionally, I'll share one of the drills that I'm putting on TikTok and I'm putting on Instagram. You're not going to get anything there that I haven't put on Instagram or TikTok in terms of pool, but sometime every now and then I'll post something about my private life or something about my pool room. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So there you go. Instagram, TikTok, like and follow. and give her lots of your analytics, and let's see if we can. You'll have to report back and let me know whether or not you get a little bump in the next day or two.
And listen, one more thing, like this is not for you, Nate. For everybody out there, like I love you guys, and like we have this common passion. We all love pool, and like I wouldn't be doing this without you guys. The reason I do it is when I get those comments that say, "Wow, that's a really great tip. That really helped me." So keep it up. I love hearing that. You know, and if there's anything you want to learn, just comment on one of my videos, and I will do my best to teach you what I know. That's it. Rant over.
I'm my heart. I'm like, I'm so sad right now because I was excluded from all of that. So I'm just, ooh, I could try to give you the Jim Telfer treatment. You want the Jim Telfer treatment?
What's that?
Ha! Ha ha ha! I kicked her out. That was fun.
Dirty dog.
That's the Jim Telfer treatment. Whenever, no, all in good fun. Well, Jennifer, I appreciate you joining me. I know it's been a little bit of a roller coaster with we were supposed to be doing this on Tuesday, but technology and
No, I was sick. Tuesday, I did not
yeah.
leave my. I was so sick. Taco truck. Avoid taco trucks. I mean, not all of them.
You have like such an amazing little sushi restaurant right around your corner. I would never eat anywhere but there. That is so good.
It is actually closed. COVID.
Oh God,
I know. I
that was
know.
like, oh my God. I went over there and I got 4 rolls of sushi and it was like $18. It was so
Yeah,
cheap.
I know. Yeah, COVID hit this area hard. Like a lot of the businesses did not survive. I'm very lucky that I did.
Oh geez. Well, I guess there's no reason to come visit you anymore.
I guess not.
I'll just have to stay in Manhattan and just go to those awesome restaurants Torsten showed me.
Oh my God, yeah. Spend $9 million on dinner.
Yeah, well, that's good. All right, well, I'll let you get back to being a business owner and a TikToker so that we
Yeah,
can have some awesome content. So
coming at you tonight.
I appreciate you joining the podcast and well, until next time. Thanks, Jennifer.
Awesome.